Welcome everybody, Concrete Keeping It Real. This part two. Of course, yesterday we had an in-depth conversation with Taji Pearson, man. I know yesterday was your first time out there in Las Olas,
on the beach, facts.
On the beach. How you felt yesterday, man? And I gotta bring that up because people don't understand when
it was great, bro. To be able to be free, bro, and it was like I was a tourist. Like I'm looking at everything, the ocean view, just beautiful, bro. Like amazing.
And the reason why I asked that for this to be your background, I know that was Broward, Las Olas, but it's no more than 20 minutes away from North Miami and Opelika. You've never been there.
Not in Las Olas, no.
And it's not just you, it's so many youth that don't know outside their city. Explain to us that experience there, man. Like
just to be able to be be like fresh out of prison, you know what I'm saying, and been incarcerated 12 years, and to be able to just, they always say like it smells different. And Las Olas smell very good. It's freedom smell is different. Right. Everything hit different. And, just before my incarceration, I was small-minded. I never thought outside the box.
Elaborate. You never thought outside. So you was limited to your hood. You were limited.
I was limited to all like Dade County hoods, like all the urban hoods. From Swamp to Carol City, Miami Gardens, they call it now.
Right.
All the urban neighborhoods. Like, I didn't think past that. Like I ain't like.
Why do you think for so many of us youth at that age we don't think past that? Or we think our city, our county is the world, but it's a small percentage of the world.
Yeah, very small.
So why do you think we think like that as youths?
Because I would say money, who we come off the porch looking up to. We coming off the porch in the hood, so all we knowing is the hood, and we seeing like the older heads, money. I mean, like hustling,
right,
robberies, doing whatever they doing, and we want to follow them, and we always see them every day. So it's like,
it's crazy you said that, because I tell people it's like, it's funny how we used to look at those in our hood like they were doing something big, like and they really weren't
nothing, bro.
But we looked up to these guys. We like, I want to be him. And then when we become him, we like, I don't want this. I want this life. Facts. But them dudes never really dropped it to us and told us, man, it was another way.
Facts.
So now you did 12 years?
12 years.
And 9 years facing with a death penalty.
9.5 years.
How did you handle that pressure, man? Because that's immense, man, to know that they're trying to seek your life for a murder that former friends told you.
It's stressful. It's overwhelming, bro. Like knowing, like facing a death penalty with two people that I know. One of them he's younger than me, but I've been knowing him since the 90s. For him to be like telling and he getting more, like they favored him more than me, and he's telling on me. The streets, a lot of like people in the streets was like, he was like the anointed one.
Right. And we're talking about Will. We're talking about Williams.
William Henry Brown.
So before we get on that, I love the fact that you said you were stressed because don't nobody know the anxiety, don't nobody know the fear. I'm not going to say fear, but the unknown that you have to deal with every day, not knowing your future. But when nowadays you see on social media, you see people showing commissary bags, cell phones, showing, glorifying, making say, yeah, boy, we in jail, boy, yeah, this boy ain't nothing. Tell us, man, is that how you really feel on the inside, or are they perpetrating for the camera?
They perpetrating. All the ones showing that commissary, they perpetrating, because ain't nothing like freedom.
It's something that resonated with me, and I got to bring that to the audience. And I'm going to go back to everything we spoke a little about yesterday. You said, I was watching your story, you said, I'd rather be broke and free than to be on the top bunk telling stories about the street. Explain to the audience what you meant by that.
I'd rather be free broke than sitting on the bunk with motion you know how they hustle in jail, so they think because they
penitentiary rich.
They jail rich, jailhouse rich.
Yeah.
They got commissary they order every week and got a lot of people locked up for them. And that's not the life. Like that's you got people locked up that's rich and they give up millions and billions
To be free again.
to be free.
So freedom is priceless.
Freedom is priceless.
You can't put a price
Like,
on
I
it.
don't gotta have no money in my pockets. I'm free. Long as I'm free, God will make a way.
And you're saying those guys who are, like I said, who are getting I don't know what started this trend, this viral trend. It's sickening to me when I see it. When I see individuals are telling the youth, yeah, it don't stop. It does stop.
No,
Stop the foolishness. It stops.
Stop the
The moment them cuffs got on your wrist, your motion stopped.
The motion stop.
And most of you all are not telling the truth. And when I mean not telling the truth, some of y'all know y'all going to the state attorney office. Y'all know y'all going to the government office right now. Right after that camera turned off, y'all know y'all picking up the phone, calling state attorney office, trying to find out how can you get home. Let's talk about that. So don't get the youth misled. I'm tired of the youth getting misled because I was once a youth, you were once a youth. Now, and what I mean by that, you did not know the penalties. Because like you said yesterday, you was getting a lot of tap of the wrist, 21 days, 90 days, 13 months. And then came the big one, death penalty.
The big one, like the real big one. Facing death penalty, regional counsel, a lawyer, having a lawyer that was an ex-prosecutor for over 20 years. So it was like, I was facing lethal injection. I'm up against the attorney, because she got state prosecutor ways and prosecutors and judges. So it was like.
And you mentioned yesterday, Michael Van Zant wanted to give you 10 and 10.
Yeah.
Because the judge clearly, Tunes,
told me make them an offer.
Make them an offer.
Yeah.
And you countered with an offer, and they asked if you would have came with 10 and 10, you would have took it. And your regional counsel said, I could have him take 30.
Ray Sherm. She say.
And this is on record.
This October 6, 2020, pandemic.
I could make him take 30.
She said, no, Your Honor, I could get him to take 30 years. Let me talk to him. It blew my mind. It blew, like.
In that moment, I would have erupted. And I've seen other inmates, Kevin Rawls, for instance, I've seen other inmates go at it with their lawyers because of that. And people don't know about that. And we spoke about other lawyers making co-defendants turn on one another. Yes. Did that happen with you? Did she come to you and say, hey, not just the 30, but if you cooperate with Michael Van Zant, I could get you lesser time? Did she ever approach you in that motion?
No, she was saying, take 30 years to tell. Take 20 years to tell. For 9.5 years, like you just need to tell. And like one time, one of the attorney interviews, she came with some pictures. And
as if she was an investigator.
Yes. And she like, oh, do you know these guys? I said, what you showing me pictures for? You need to be showing how you finna break down this case and get me home.
Right.
And she gave me a look like home, like kiss that, goodbye. That's how her face expression. I said, why you showing me other people? I don't even know these people. No, I just wanted to ask you some questions. I said, man, cancel the interview.
And that's a part of a conversation that needs to be had also is, what are the attorneys that care for their clients? I truly believe once we have those attorneys that defend, that actually see defendants or their clients as someone rather than a statistic or rather than a paper, they would truly fight for their client. They would truly, because I remember Mr. Winkle, man, I have to say it, man, and I love you because I adopted you as a father, and this is my lawyer, Mr. Winkle. But I remember our first encounter, man. It was ruthless. He came, man. All he kept talking about, death penalty. I need to talk to your family. You know that part, the secondary phase. We need to talk about your family. We need to, when they convict you, we need to find a way to get your life sentence. So I need to do mitigation package. I'm like, why do you keep talking to me about medication package? Help me fight my case. You've already convicted me, bro.
Yeah.
You didn't even hear the facts of the case. All you want to do is talk about medication package, how we could give you a license, how could we spare your life. I'm like, how did we get past a conviction? How did you already give me a conviction, bro? Learn my case, fight the case. So I can imagine the feelings when your lawyer's like, I'm convicting you already. And you felt like you got no one to help because you can't go to the judge, you can't go to Michael Van Zandt, you surely can't go to your own lawyer. So now you feel like you fighting the world.
That's how I feel. That feeling that's a feeling I don't wish on nobody. I don't want nobody to go through that experience. You know, that's a painful, stressful, like experience. Like,
so now I gotta ask you this, and this is what the youth don't know about, and we're talking to the YNs. In that moment, you wish you had some type of money to go get you your own lawyer.
I wish I would have had me some money to get an attorney, and not just that. I wish I wouldn't have been hanging with them. And I'm gonna tell you something, bro.
Talk to them.
I seen the signs.
And you're talking about the individuals that threw you up under the bus.
Dwayne Miller and William Brown. I told them on the streets, I said, you will tell son and you will tell son.
You told both of them that once upon a time.
Yeah. And they like, why you say that? I said, y'all too weak for girls. Anybody, there's nothing wrong with being in love with a girl. When you weak for a girl, you'll do the unthinkable.
Yeah, they'll use that to their advantage.
And them same two, I told them on the streets, I said they'll testify them.
But yesterday, I remember you mentioned to me that at one point they were putting the narrative that you were telling on them. And
William Brown was.
That was the narrative because at one point in the system, like you said, they were praising him. People praised him and they worshiped him. They seen him as if he was a god.
Even some of the COs.
And
at TGK, he was like a god. Like, the officers knew he was telling, and he was living like a king over there.
And when we say living like a king, the things that he could get away, we couldn't get away with. We're talking about contraband. We're talking about he could get fined with 2-5 contraband week in and week in. Never see.
He got caught with 2 cell phones.
Yeah, never see confinement. Never be punished. And guys like us, if we get caught with that, we are crucified.
Yes, fact.
They charge us. As a matter of fact, they give us another charge. Fact. And that's another thing that they don't understand about their the society, the community don't understand. When you're a confidential informant, when you decide to work for the state, you are protected by all costs. Meaning that the state attorney office will make sure that you are moved at locations that you want to be moved in.
Facts.
Hear what I'm trying to say. If I am an informant and I tell them I don't like this facility, put me in this another facility, not because I'm scared, because I know I could do more illegal activities over there, the state attorney will assist me to get over there, so I could do more illegal activities over there.
And not only that, they will bring an informant, could call the state and say, hey, bring him over here to this cell with me so I could jump on his case. And the prosecutors will send a person that they got under investigation or feel like did crimes, or put them right in the unit, and that same confidential informant will be friendly with him and befriend him and jump on his case.
And we're talking about they did it a lot. We're talking about once you're a confidential informant, or once you're an informant, or once you're a state witness, they use you. They could place you in rec yards, like you say, put you in general population with other people that they're looking to convict. And sometimes you don't even need to talk about the case. All you have to do is show that you have familiarity with that individual.
Right.
Be like, let's say, hey man, you got a brother, you got a sister. That's enough information for me to go back and say, you told me something criminal, because now I have more information about your family and stuff. Like, why would he tell me about his family and not talk about the criminal activity? Like, we got this report now. We're buddies. Man, I wish this on no one. When I say I wish this on no one, I think altogether the use of confidential informants should be abolished. Facts. Because their credibility is unreliable. We do not know their personal agenda. And in your case, it was. I know Michael Van Zant personally, and when I mean I wrote, me and my co-defendants, we took him to Florida bar. And what I mean by Florida bar, we wrote him up because he did something unethical. And when I mean unethical, what he was doing with us, every court date, we would leave. 2-3 days later, he would meet up with the judge.
Oh, damn.
With our lawyers present. They call that an ex parte communication. Ex parte, if I'm not, ex parte meeting, meaning our lawyers are supposed to be there anytime that he meet with the judge, but he's doing it on his own, and he's telling the judges all types of stuff about us, so the judge can have a biased opinion about us. So when we do go to court, we do not know that he has this biased opinion of us, and he's ruling against. Thank God this was exposed, and when it was exposed, he got off our case. So I thank God.
Thank you, God.
We didn't have Michael Van Zant, but he is known, and the reason why I'm bringing up Michael Van Zant, he is known for turning some of the best. I'm not gonna say the best.
Some of the closest friends
into informants, or some of the individuals that the hood praise into informants. And we're talking about from the Anthony Fell, Lil Bo, to Bill, William on your case, to even on my situation, we had Tiny, Walker's Flowers. Michael Van Zant turned a lot of individuals. He turned a lot, but he made deals with these individuals. Like you said, he would pay rent. On Anthony Fell case, he was allowing him to have sex with a woman at the state attorney office.
Damn. Michael, damn. That's wild.
That's how far this corrupted state prosecutor was, man. So now, when you found out Bill was testifying against you and your other childhood friend, Henry.
No, William Henry Brown is Bill.
Okay, William Henry Brown.
Dwayne Miller was somebody else.
When you found out it was them and you read it, how did
it hurt it, but it hurt it was more shocking that William Brown was telling on me.
Why is that?
Because he's supposed to be a gangster. He's supposed, you know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be a real nigga. Excuse my language.
Nah, you good.
He's supposed to be street certified. And you got in a situation, and you've been knowing me since we was young. You met Michael Van Zant, them you ain't know them 10 minutes.
So the first time you walked into the interrogation room, he gave it up?
They told him, snitch or we take you to probation hearing in 45 days. He wasn't facing nothing at the hearing. If he would have lost his probation hearing, he was only facing 15, and he was down almost 10. And that's the max. They couldn't even give him the 15.
And he didn't want to sit for 15 years.
Nah, he didn't want to go to prison because he was scared. See, on the streets, he gangster, fighting, playing with weapons.
Right.
But even in locked up, fighting, but prison is a different ballgame.
It is a different ballgame.
And it was a lot of people waiting on him.
And he didn't want to go to prison.
He didn't want to go to prison. So he told on his friends.
He gave up his friends.
To avoid prison.
So not only you, how many other friends did he turn in? Because it was a large amount, but you know more than me.
4.
How many trials?
4, but he was telling on 3 of them.
How many trials prior to your trial? How many others did he testify on?
He jumped on a dude case, but they struck him off. Antoine Reagan.
I know about that. That's why I asked you that question.
He jumped on his case. He was just trying to jump on people's cases. Like he was
what you call
a jump on spot and got him when he was at TGK. He ain't had nothing but a gun charge. He was trying to jump on that.
And I remember for the brief moment I was there, I want to say his mentor was Trav Galachov.
Yeah, that's like his
big brother.
That's like his
and Lil Bo. They was like his big brother.
Trav is like his idol. Like,
And Trav is telling Osum. So Trav and Michael Van Zant were like this.
Yeah.
Who,
I heard
and
the
I
calls.
think, not think, I know. That's why listen, I don't, my platform, we're not here to sugarcoat. Trav was the reason why that relationship with Michael Van Zant blossomed. Because Trav was already working for Michael Van Zant. And when Bill came into the system, he was introduced like, hey, this is my buddy, he has information too. Because guess how that worked? Bill tell Trav stuff, and Trav is able to help tell Bill stuff, and that's how these informants work. They bounce information off one another. You follow me?
Facts.
So remember, Galashaw was already telling on Bub, and Michael Van Zant was his prosecutor. That's how your case opened, because of what was going on the Bub case.
Yeah, facts.
And here we segue. You get I call her astounding attorney by the name of Michelle Burchell.
Michelle Burchell.
Explain again, how did she get on the case?
She got on the case. I got a mistrial. So
She wasn't your attorney for the mistrial
she wasn't my attorney. The attorney fell out.
because he was on coke.
So yeah, he was on one.
Right.
Yeah. So I end up needing to hire another attorney.
You needed an attorney.
I need an attorney bad. I had 6 months to get an attorney.
So was she a court appointed attorney?
No.
So how did you find?
He my dog. I love him like a brother, but
Right.
I ain't know him. A stranger paid for her for me.
My God.
When everybody was giving me their word and denying me, I I was on conference with Bam. So Bam like, man, I heard at my dog, and I told my dog, you got a mistrial. He like, man, on the script, that's your dog, because I don't know him. I'm going to get him the money to get an attorney. I'm like, bro, you got to be lying, bro. And he like, bro, for real, bro. He like, call him. I don't know him. So when I called him, I'm like, what's good, bro? He like, yeah, bro, you know you good, blah, 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 blah. I let bro know I got the money to get you an attorney. And that was in May. So I was still trying to get money from other people.
Right.
So when I hung up with him in May, I did not call him back till October 6th.
Almost 6 months later.
6 months later. And what made me call him, mind you, everybody else was lying about the money. I go to court, and Stephen Mitchell and Von Zant. And so Thomas Bowman, the cokehead, he sit next to me, and he like, look, right now, he say, I could get you 35 years right now. No, he said 35. I say 35 days? Only thing I take is 35 days.
Right. Cause
He like, come on. He like, I could get you 35 years. I say, so what about my mom? He like, I say, my mom was already up in age, so what about her? He like, you know, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. You gotta just take that and, you know, you have a release date. You'll get out in your 50s and 60s. And I'm like, and I told him, I said, you say 35, right? He said, yeah. I said, you got 35 ways to get from robbery right now. Before I be getting slammed all on my head, made sprayed and everything with cuffs on. So when they called my case, Stephen Mitchell and Von Zant, but Von Zant said it, he like, if he ain't taking 40 years, tell him pick a jury. So, mind you, through the midst of this, my stomach, everything is just went down to my feet.
I know. Cause now they bold with it. They like,
and it's like they serious.
Yeah, I know.
So you think about like, dang,
40 years.
Man, the street life ain't that, man.
40 years.
That street, that ain't that.
40
It's
years.
a facade. It's not. It's not what it is. So I called the dude, and he answered the phone.
And you ain't talked to him in almost 6 months.
And over 6 months, almost 6 months. So when he answered, I'm like, man, bro, look, I'm panicking because I'm really scared. I'm scared.
Yeah, they dead serious. You see them, they stand up.
I'm scared.
Listen, they stand up. They judge like, okay, what's the next move? Listen, listen, Your Honor. Listen, Your Honor. We're not budging. If he don't take 40 years, tell him prepare for trial. That'll scare anybody. I remember when we asked
for smile on you won't.
Listen.
That's not.
I remember when we asked for a plea agreement. Josh Weintraub on my case, you know what he said? Your Honor, we're not budging unless cadet take a life sentence.
Damn.
Remember, I'm facing the death penalty.
Yes.
So they're telling me just fall on the sword. We're not giving him no plea agreement unless he takes a life sentence. So I can relate. That's what I'm saying. I can relate when you tell me that feeling like, man, they don't see me as no one. Like, who takes a life sentence? But they're dead serious. So when they take 40, they're dead serious. Because guess what? You know how many people before us took those deals?
Yes.
You think they're just saying it just to say? A lot of people in those positions took those deals. That's how terrified they are.
Facts.
In that moment. Because guess what? They're saying if you don't take that deal now, it's not coming back.
Facts.
So you better make up your decision now. And a lot of individuals before me and you took them 40 years, took them 35 years, and took them life sentences.
And I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. Ray Shern had it's 4 other dudes I was around that had her. She made one take 30.
You see?
And the other 3 take 40 on different occasions.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So that's why when Von Zim like, oh, 10 and 10 is doable. She like, no, Your Honor, let me talk to him. I could get him to take 30. Cause she done she used to making her clients take high
deals. Yeah. Convince them.
If you're not finna tell, she go get you a high number or below trial for you.
So you call your mutual friend that you met through your homeboy.
He answered.
He said he got something from her.
He said I was finna change my number, but the only reason I ain't change it because I wanted to talk to you.
Man.
And he like, man, he said I'm a man of my word.
God powerful.
And I'm like, bro, it was October 6, 2023. So they set me off to October 10th. So basically October 10th is rock and roll. They go get a date and going from there.
Right.
I was gonna have a trial like a week from October 10th. So when I told him like, man, bro, please, bro, like I need you, like please. He said he got me hung up. That was Fridays. Sunday, Michelle Borchu came and see me.
He hired it that quick. It's within 72 hours. So how is that conversation? She meet you for the first time. She probably heard a little about your situation, but I would think from a lawyer, she would want to hear from the client what the client had to say. How did that meet go for the first time? Because here you don't trust a lawyer right now.
Yeah, I'm traumatized.
You traumatized. You don't trust a lawyer. How do you trust her? How do you know that I could, not to say trust, but this person could be the one that helps me with my case?
I was hearing good things about her. I was hearing she a fighter, she a pit bull, she a beast with, she do her research, like she for her clients.
Right.
Even when she was at the firm, she was at Andrew Wright before she got her own firm.
Right.
And once I talked to my mutual friend that Friday, I ain't call him back. So when they said attorney interview,
you didn't know.
I'm in the cell, man, Thomas Bowman track, man, dang, man, like, dang, I'm thinking it was Thomas Bowman
that you was gonna get.
That's coming to see me.
Right.
So they took me down to the first floor where they say Holy Gate.
Yes.
So I'm sitting in the cup to the bench, and I see a lady coming with a notepad.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm like, who the hell is this? But I don't know she coming where I'm at.
Right.
So she walked straight in. They unlocked the cell and let her in. So she like, hi, my name is Michelle Borchu. I'm like, you an investigator? She like, no.
You see the notepad?
I'm an attorney and I'm about to represent you. I said I got court Tuesday. I couldn't do nothing but smile when I seen her because like the energy that she gave me, she was the one.
You knew.
I was confident.
So you knew she wasn't bullshit.
No, she wasn't bullshit.
And this is after the mistrial.
This after the mistrial.
So now, a couple of days come, you go to court with her.
I go to court. So now when I go to court, let me rewind right quick. When I was in trial with the mistrial, Thomas Bowman was my attorney, but put back in to work at the state attorney office.
Repeat that again?
Yeah, as he's my attorney.
Yes.
He put an application back in to be a supervisor at the state prosecutor's office.
Do y'all not hear this? So your attorney, He was a regional at that time?
He was a regional.
He has put in an application, go back to the state attorney office. Is that's what you're telling me?
And then really, they accepted it. So as he's in the trial with me,
Man.
he know for sure he's getting that job. They know he's getting that job.
And that should be a conflict of interest.
That was illegal. And they ain't
Yeah, that should be a conflict of interest. How are you representing me and trying to get back into the state attorney office to be a state attorney?
So when I hired Michelle, that court date, so I see him. So, Michelle walk over there, talk to me, let me know, okay, bro, they finna get ready to call you. So Thomas Bowman, when they call me, he like, I'm no longer on the case. Basically saying like, I'm back at the state attorney. Like,
so you know what would be the first thing I would fear? That if I did share any information with him, that he would not tell Michael Van Zandt. He would tell information that I told him.
And that's what he did, cause
he did do that.
He had to, cause it was
wow.
And like even like they was all in cahoots. And it's like when the second trial, like that's why like that day they told Michelle 45 days trial no matter what. The judge said no matter what. It's just
so it was almost like if y'all watch football, because in football, and I hate to use that analogy, but we all are sports guys, it's almost like Bill Belichick. What he used to do, people don't even realize this is what made Bill Belichick one of the greatest coaches of all time. Right before he played, let's say he was going to play Miami Dolphins the next week, he would actually pick up ex-Miami Dolphin players a week from before and put them on a team just to learn about Miami Dolphin strategy. Bill Belichick did it all the time. So what I mean by that, the state attorney office was able to get one up on you because they was able to get your lawyer and get inside information about your case to use against you.
Yes, facts.
Because they knew how you were going to prepare the case. They knew your strategy. They knew how you was going to defend it.
And look, and I forgot to say this. Open argument with Thomas Bowman, he placed me on the scene.
How do you defend that?
And he literally open argument, and I'm looking like, I thought I was drinking. Like, I know I ain't tripping. I heard it, but it's like it's so much I'm thinking, and it's
right.
like, man, they serious, man.
So how many individuals were in the incident that we're talking about? How the crime? How many people were in that incident?
As far as like co-defendants?
Yes.
It was me and 3 others.
So two kept it solid and 2 turned informant.
No, it was 4 of us, 2 told over here.
Correct.
William Brown and Dwayne Miller. Dwayne Miller say he said he gave me 2 assault rifles.
Okay.
And even in the depots, he was lying so much.
He was inconsistent.
But when he got on the stand, he said something that was not even in depots. And the judge, the lawyer ain't a jack, Thomas Bowman at the time.
He didn't impeach him. You know what impeach is. He didn't bring him the deposition and say, why are you saying this now? This is something new. You never said this on deposition. That's why we do depositions.
He didn't even do it. And then when I got the mistrial and my co-defendant lost, his attorney went outside and went to the victim's family, shook her hand, shook their hand, hugged one of them, and say, I did a good job.
A lawyer saying that to the victim's family?
Family. Like basically like, I blew it for y'all.
Man, when people look at this camera, they're gonna be like, you full of shit. They're gonna be like, you bullshit right now. But I believe it. I believe it.
That's
because I know what goes in the court system. Right. You know, when we speak our story, that's why this platform is to enlighten people. People don't know the crookedness, how shady the judicial system is, how there's a saying, your attorney will swap you out. I'll give you this one, but the next one, you give it to me. Like they barter.
Yeah.
You understand? I'll get Taji to plea out to 40 years, but my next client, who I like, let him get probation. This is what they do.
Facts.
Favoritisms. So, you're in trial. You saying the dude testified a totally different testimony. Your lawyer did not impeach. Now, for some reason, God bless you, your lawyer fall out, you get a mid-trial. Now you got Borshoe. You got 45 days to prepare. 45 days is not enough days for any lawyer to prepare for trial. Not even Michelle Borshoe, not even Johnny Cochran. Right. We're talking about a murder. A murder, at least 9 months to investigate, at least 9 months to get documents, at least 9 months to get, in Florida we got this thing called deposition, as we was talking about, right, to depo witnesses, to make sure what they say at deposition is the same thing that is said during trial, so there will be no inconsistency. How did Michelle Borshoe navigate that?
She had 45 days to read all the depots.
Wow.
And then file motions too, like get the motions ready.
Pre-trial motions.
So through the midst of a week before trial, she put 16 motions in. And the judge, looking at the judge, she was just looking, acting like she ain't even reading them. Like, and I seen like, dang, like,
she didn't care.
Like she not feeling, because she knew the case from the first trial. So, and the games Michael Von Zemp and the state attorney office play,
it's big.
They was going. I'm quite sure if they did it with Von Zemp did it with you, I know for sure he did it with
of
that.
Course.
And it was like every motion got denied. She ain't even read them. Like she was just.
Why do you think they let Michael Van Zandt get away with this for so long? I'm just asking. You might not know, but what do you think you know why Michael Van Zandt was able to get away with it for so long? Why do you think Michael Van Zandt, because look what you just said, even the judge knew who Michael Van Zandt was, so she knew whoever Michael Van Zandt wanted, that's who was going to go down. Right. But why was Michael Van Zandt, because I'm looking at you all, and you could all look at me. Everybody, all lawyers knew Michael Van Zandt was a slime. Yeah. Lawyers told me he was a slime.
Facts.
Don't nobody trust Michael Van Zandt. But I want to know, what makes you think that? Why did Michael Van Zandt get away with this for so long? Why were they so afraid of him? But Michelle Borshoe wasn't. Why wasn't she afraid of him?
Cause they evil. Like that state attorney office knew he was cheating, not giving people fair trials, doing illegal things, and the higher ups at the state attorney office and other prosecutors just let it go. And it's the only thing I can say is they just evil.
And you know what? And that's why I say it's atrocious, because look what you just said, the higher ups, and we know who's the higher ups, and I'm not going to even mention her name, but for you to say that you did not know your coworker was doing this, your underling was doing this, you are held accountable as much as Michael Van Zandt. You are his boss. The same way you was trying to hold him accountable for being a driver, for murder that he probably did or did not do, it's the same way you're supposed to be held accountable for whatever Michael Van Zandt do. Because Michael Van Zandt did not run away in that state attorney office without you not knowing that he did this for 30 plus years. And I don't know how are you still in that office being their supervisors. And I can look at you and say that. Because if Michael Van Zandt was doing this, how many much more was doing this that Michael Van Zandt trained to do this? So now...
He trained a lot.
He trained a lot. Because the other prosecutor, what was his name?
No, I had...
Two prosecutors.
Oh, you saying a lawyer?
Yes. Oh, you only had one prosecutor.
No, I had two prosecutors.
You had two? Who was the other?
Over the years, they were switching up. But when the trial came, a prosecutor came out of nowhere, Stephen Mitchell, and he's the head of the gang.
And that's what I meant.
He's like a chief gang prosecutor. Mm-hmm. And he came out as soon as we was picking the jury for the first trial, he just came and attacked. So I had three prosecutors the first trial.
For little old you?
For little old me.
Three prosecutors?
Three prosecutors.
Technically you had four because you got your attorney, but three prosecutors for little old you.
Facts.
That's a lot, man.
That's a lot, though. That's a lot.
You know, three prosecutors want your life. You don't know them from a can of paint, but they treating Bill, a mass murderer, one that had immunity. We even elaborate about that. One that had immunity for one of the most deadliest murder in Liberty City.
Facts.
People dying at the stores. That he was able to kill people And the state attorney office did not even mention the fact that they knew he killed these victims or notified the victim's family that they had the murderer who killed their family.
He confessed to 5 murders. And the prosecutors and the law enforcement ain't even let the victims' families know. They steady, when they used to ask, they'd be like, oh, it's still an open case. But y'all ain't letting them know that somebody admitted to the murders.
And they did that with my case also, because on my case, so many people cooperated. But this is what they did. They didn't tell, the ones that cooperated, they never told the families that they were accountable or responsible for the murders. You know who they said killed the people? The ones that were going to trial. So they tell the victim's family, we got them, we know who killed your family member. It was Cadet. It was Johnny Charles. It was Max Daniel. But they never dare mention the informants. They protected them. So now they want the victim's family to be so outraged with just little old Cadet or with just little old Johnny Charles, but not knowing that there's other people that said, admitted to me. I've never admitted this.
Nice.
But you're so mad at me. But there's someone that said they were there. But the state attorney office did not mention that person because that person is their confidential informant. I like to call it their pet.
Yes.
So now we're at the second trial now. You picked the jury. When you picked the jury, did you feel confident?
I felt confident, but I felt confident, but it's still that
What if?
your life in the palm of a jury hand that don't know nothing about law. They you know what I'm saying? Like the ones that know a little something, the prosecutors will strike them. So they will give you ones who are
Naive.
he's guilty. He's guilty. That's the ones that they pick. No matter which ones you want, you go get the opposite of what you want. So it's like, as I'm picking the jury, yeah, I'm confident, but my mind, I'm thinking, dang man, what if I lose?
How long was trial?
It was
How many weeks? How many
It
days?
was 8 days.
8 days?
Yes.
So that is 8 days of torment, 8 days of no sleep,
8 days.
8 days of waking up 4 in the morning. That's if you slept. 4 in the morning, getting ready for the same routine, get ready for court, waiting in the jail cell. Tell us that part.
Cold jail cell, stressing, worrying. You know, with certain people, bro, yeah, everything good. But it's
And your heart, everything ain't good.
everything is not good. Like that was very stressful.
I got a question I want to ask you. My question I want to ask you, what is your relationship with God?
Great.
How did God help you through this?
He helped me through it by, I had so much against me, and I ain't have nothing. Only thing I had was God.
Because the reason why I brought that forth, because I do recall yesterday when you said after them 8 grueling days and the jury came back with that guilty verdict that you was not expecting, when your heart sank down to your rectum, your ass, as we call it.
Yes.
You went in that cell and you told God thank you for a guilty verdict.
I said, yes, thank you.
And you said, the bailiff came to you and said, you passed the test.
He said, I've been doing this for 22 years, and I never seen nobody thank God after losing trial on a murder and life sentence. You lost on 5 counts, and all of them is life sentence.
Life sentence.
And you came in back of the holy cell and praised God. He say, you passed the test. The Spirit told me to tell you, you passed the test.
And I can relate because people don't understand. I think it was more of that weight was lifted off you, man. It's like, not to say it was over, but it was like, I came to a solution, because people don't understand that fight is vicious, man. That fight is worrisome. It worries you. Yours was 8 days.
And it took it like you say, the fight was over, but it's a whole nother journey.
Yeah, it's a whole nother journey. Trust me,
And it's like,
but that level, that chapter of that fight was over. Like, okay, now I gotta now I gotta tie up my shoes. And this is why I said I have a renowned respect for you. Although a renewed respect for you. And what I mean by that, I've been through everything you've been through, probably a little bit more. But what I not have been through is now you're stamped. And we all know what stamp means. You got a life sentence.
yes.
I've never received any time of that magnitude. And that's a whole nother ball game. What people don't understand, when you get a life sentence, not too many people come back from that.
Everybody can't give that license.
Not too many people win appeals. We can talk about appeals all day long. I know so many brothers been on appeals. I know brothers that have been on appeals for 50, 60 years and not no cap. Because when I came in, they was already 20 years into appeals. We're 20 years later, so 40 years into appeals. People like to talk about appeals and say people come back home on appeals. That margin is slim to none.
Facts.
When I mean that margin, when you lose trial, and every lawyer will tell you that, your best battle with the court system is pre-trial. Post-conviction is the hardest conviction to get over. Because now they call it rubber stamp, meaning that I'm going to get to you. And what I mean by that, it's hard to get back post-conviction because judges usually do this. Stamp, meaning they stamp you, don't write no order, don't even entertain your lawyers. You're talking about you no longer enter courtrooms no more. Everything is paperwork. So they don't even know how you look no more. They don't even see your picture.
Facts.
So now you in prison. You're amongst other people that have been gone for a long time. How did that change your mindset? Or did you think this was going to be your new life?
No, I knew God was going, I knew it wasn't going, I knew I was going to get out. I just didn't know when. And having that time is stressful, hurtful. When you have time like that, people leave you.
We ain't even talk about that.
People will leave you. People will talk to you crazy.
Because you're not coming home and they mind.
People will beat you getting mad. Like I done had dudes where if I'm going to send you some money, call on this day. When I call, they don't answer. They don't answer for a week or two. And then when they do answer, they beat me getting mad.
How many friends did you lose during your incarceration?
Like, far as like,
close friends. How many people that turned their back on? How many families that you probably don't even talk to now because of what you went through?
A lot.
How many people did you cut off as a whole?
When I got locked up, a lot of them cut me off. But when I was out, it was
all love.
It was all good. The moment I got locked up,
they couldn't use you no more.
And then you had a lot of them. I was calling, not all of them, but quite a few of them I used to call. They used to like to have me on speaker and let their girl hear, just to show a girl like I'm real. I'm keeping it real. Answering the phone for somebody locked up, but in reality, they was doubting me. They ain't really mess with me like that. They had their nuts. Yeah, they had their nuts crossed.
Hoping that you don't come home.
Someone was talking to me and talking to Bill.
And how did I had episodes like that? How that made you feel? Because I had to make a decision to cut them off. What did you do in those when you learned that? I like to say play both sides. They're talking to you, but they're also talking to Bill. But you don't know what information is being relayed at that time now.
And they were like, man, like I had a few of them like, man, bro, I'm down with both of y'all. I'm like, I'm not knocking.
I'm not knocking you.
He's telling on me.
Right.
And I'm quite sure you're sending him eye cares and you're sending him money for commissary. I know this. And you feeding him. You encouraging him. You're encouraging him stronger.
Yeah.
To get on the stand.
Encouraging him.
And
did they believe you? Because as hard as it was for you to believe he was doing it, did they believe that he was gonna take the stand on you?
Yes.
Did they come support you in the courtroom? Did anyone come watch?
The first trial, it was, they had a metal detector outside the courtroom. Michael Von Zant did a tactic to show the jury
You was a scared, ruthless man.
Find him guilty just off the metal detector, and you got to get scanned in to go in the courtroom.
Because you was a ruthless man.
Let Bill tell it, and Dwayne Miller.
Did they have the SWAT team? When I mean by SWAT team, where they're in black gears, the uniform.
They had Miami-Dade undercover, like the robbery unit,
tactics,
TNT
tactics.
And during the trial, they took up all the seats where our family could sit at. It was 18 of them
sitting behind you,
sitting behind me, and 7, 8 relatives, friends.
I think that should be illegal, because it portrays, it let the jury don't know you.
Yes.
And for juries to look behind you and see 18 police officers sitting behind you, it's like you're a madman.
It's a strategy.
Yeah, why does one man need 18 police officers behind him? So it automatically let the jury think that you're guilty.
Menace to society. Yes.
You're a menace to society, that 18 police officers need to be in the pew behind you to keep you stable. That tactic should be outlawed in the courtrooms, because they did it to us too. That should be outlawed. So now, how did Michelle Bursch feel about her position after losing trial? Because that had to been, if she really cared about the case, if she really had emotions about the case, which I know some of my lawyers do, they don't take defeat lightly. How did that hurt her when she lost trial?
I would never forget. She did it with when I got found guilty and my sentencing. She said, "I'm gonna bring you home."
Did you believe her?
Yes. I ain't know when, but I knew, because she's a fighter.
Right.
You know, and she for her clients. So all I could do is just, take her word. And it was a good call. I thank God for her. You know what I'm saying? She really.
So she made that her mission to bring you back home.
To bring me home.
And I'm an advocate of this. I think there should be more lawyers that care.
Facts.
I think it's too much lawyers that don't care, that see us as paychecks. You were talking about regional councils. Regional councils are supposed to be certified lawyers that take on death penalty cases. Yeah. That's why you had a regional counsel. And I know a lot about this, because I've been in there, and I was in there for 20 plus years. But most of the regional counsels, they got something called a will. And what I mean, the will is, it was a fraternity of lawyers that took on death row cases or took on high profile cases, and all they did was milk it. They didn't help us. They just seen us as a paycheck, $100,000 a year paycheck that they got received every year. And that's why so many of us did not go to trial on time, because every year they got paid $100,000. Why take a case to trial when I'm getting paid $100,000 just to keep you in jail? And then when I'm done, I don't have to use the money that I was given to help you fight the case. I could keep it to myself by letting you plea out to the case. So if I keep you in jail for 6 years, I make $600,000, make you plea out, and that's my $600,000. I don't have to I use a fraction of it for private investigators and whatnot, and keep in pocket the rest. But thank God to investigators for, I believe, a news outlet. They was able to investigate this, and a bunch of these lawyers got fired and was told to pay that money back, because they learned that what they were doing as part of the will.
Facts.
So now, let's get to that feeling, man. Let's get to the end where you learn that your conviction is being overturned. How did that come about? Did you go to the law library? Did you go to call out? What was it? Was it over the phone? How did you learn that your conviction would get overturned?
Because I used to stay in contact. I used to call Michelle.
Okay.
And she'll keep me updated. And I never forget. She let me know. She like they just granted. I think it was in May. Mm-hmm. It was like beginning of May. She like they just June. I think it was May or June. She like they granted it, but it got to go back to the lawyer court. See, a lot of people don't know that when a person loses trial, it's no longer in the courts. Third DCA.
Yeah, on state level, third DCA.
So if the third DCA agree, they send it back to the lower court, but a lower court judge could still deny you, and now it goes back to third DCA.
Right.
So it's like a ping pong, like a tennis match.
Right.
And when she told me that the third DCA accepted, I was excited, and she like, hold up. She like, it still got to go back to the lawyer court, and I'm like, that should be illegal.
Mm-hmm. Because this is the same judge that denied you.
That's the same judge that gave me the 4 life
sentence. Yeah, 4 life sentences.
So it's like, how she's gonna agree to that? Mm-hmm. And Michelle was like, believe.
She told you to believe.
She said, believe.
Wow.
And I used to always, don't get me wrong, you could believe, but you still
have doubt.
The doubt. And the lower court judge granted it.
The same judge that gave the 4 life sentences?
Gave me the 4 life sentences.
On what grounds?
On the prosecutor, Michael Von Zemp, withheld evidence, and the lead detective on the case gave Dwayne Miller $5,000 to remember what was said, and sent him the discovery. They FedExed it to him.
$5,000.
And gave him $5,000.
Dwayne Miller. Man, that is nasty work, man.
No,
to throw your life away. $5,000. That's basically that's how much your life was worth at that moment. $5,000 to throw your life away.
And before the $5,000, he said he ain't remember. He like, why y'all trying to make me remember? I don't remember nothing. I don't want nothing to do with the case.
And they paid him
$5,000, and
he remembered everything.
And with a discovery, and now he remember.
And he testified against you twice.
Twice.
How was those awkward stares while they're on the witness stands looking at you, pointing you, blaming you for events?
They was serious, like during the trial, but like with the breaks and the sidebars, they was smirking at me, smiling. You know, like,
I know that fella.
They smiling like I'm telling on them.
Right.
And both times they walked off the stand, they got an army of detectives and police
protecting them,
hugging them, letting the jury
know that they're doing a great thing,
and letting the jury see, hey, we got to protect him even in a courthouse. So any juror will see that and automatically put their head, he's guilty.
You're guilty.
Yes.
You're guilty. So now your conviction is overturned, but the fight, people don't understand. It's a new fight.
It's a new fight.
It's not like you go immediately home. It's a new fight. We're back to where you were 9 years prior.
Right.
Were you able to get bond?
Not at all. Like bond out?
No, I'm asking, were you even able to get bond?
No.
So here, like I say, it's back to ground zero. Your conviction is overturned, but you're not allowed to go home. And you have to fight this case all over again just because the new evidence is brought in. So what made...
It wasn't even overturned. When I went back, I still had the life sentences.
Oh, so you did?
I still had them, but they had to re-sentence me. And I did not know is either they was going. I went back, but we was pushing for an evidentiary hearing.
Okay.
And in the evidentiary hearing, we was finna call William Brown, Dwayne Miller, Michael Von Zemp, the lead detective.
Y'all gonna put all of them on blast.
And let all of them, and they higher up, Michael Von Zemp higher up, ain't want
that to happen.
Because the news was gonna be in there.
Yeah, that was gonna expose everybody.
Everybody.
Because you don't even hear what you just said, because I thought the sentence was vacated. You're saying that you still had the 4 license, so what they did in turn was just convert your 4 licenses and gave you
15.
And this never been heard of on my side without the sentence being vacated.
Yes.
Wow, that's powerful, man. Yes. So, but you, at the end of it, you still had to accept, though.
Yes.
why did you accept the 15 knowing that you had all these cars in motion? And I gotta ask that. I personally know, but they want to know. Why would you take 15 knowing you got all this in play? You got Bill by the balls. You got Henry by the balls. You got Michael Van Zant by the balls. You got Steve Mitchell.
Yeah, Stephen Mitchell.
You got him by the balls. You got the lead detective by the balls. Why would you take the 15 knowing that, listen, if I expose all this, I could walk away scot-free?
Seeing that game time sheet paper and that the release date saying 9/9/99/998 has stuck with me. And
what you mean by that 999 date meaning you leave in the pine box.
Yes.
You leave when you dead.
Yes.
That gave you a new perspective on life?
Yes, facts. 100%. Even though I could have went to evidentiary hearing if they, you know what I'm saying, if they wanted to go, or we was gonna take them,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm like, nah, because that could go left, because I'm back in front of the same judge.
So you
Even though I know it could have went right, but you always got the.
You decided to take fate in your hands.
Yes.
You didn't leave fate in another person's hands.
Yes.
You took fate, meaning I'm gonna decide my life.
Yes.
I'm not gonna put it in another jury hand. I'm not gonna put it in another because we know, like you said, it could go left.
Go left, yes.
And a lot of people don't understand that. Because I was in that position.
Yes.
Because it was told to me by a family, a loved one of mine. He said, if you don't take life into your hand and come home, who's to say you're going to live the next day? I never thought about it like that because people die in prison.
Yes.
People die in jail.
That's fact.
There's a lot of homies ain't coming home. A lot of homies are dead that thought they were coming home, but died in jail, died in prison.
Facts.
So you took faith, say, if I'm going to die a free man,
Yes.
not an incarcerated man.
No, not incarcerated.
And you've been free since.
Loving it.
How is life on our side, man? How is the new Taji different from the old Taji? Let the world know what is the different mindset between the old Taji, the old Slim, versus the new big-witted Slim. What's the difference?
I changed. I no longer do the things I used to do. I no longer think the way I used to think. I think outside the box. You know, like before I got incarcerated, I never went out of town.
Wow.
I never left out of Florida. So now that I've been home, I've been going out the States.
Mm-hmm. You traveling?
Traveling. Chicago, LA. I'm finna get ready to go to New York. And just to be able to go to, I think different. You know, I think different. You know, I just like drinking this water. Look, it's amazing. Go to the refrigerator. I ain't got to worry about them saying head count.
Head count.
Head count. And something too, a lot of people locked up is really tricking a lot of people on the streets.
That's why I have you here, man.
Because they call in the streets and they making it seem, they on the phone making it seem like
they're all right.
It's great. Yeah, boy, you know, I ordered the bad boy. I beat a nigga up, put a nigga on the door. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I took this commissary.
Mm-hmm. Talk to them.
And they doing that, beating up on people, snapping on officers, acting so tough on the phone, and then they'll go right in a courtroom and don't say nothing, and they talking crazy. Prosecutors and the judge talking crazy to them. And they can't even talk.
Man, I love that you said that.
And then they'll go, they tuck their tail in the courtroom, and not everybody but a lot of them, they'll tuck their tail in the courtroom, go back to the cell and want to beat up on the inmate. Because the state just say 40 years of trial.
But why you ain't mad at them? Why you mad at us? Why you mad at someone that look like you?
And why right in the cell, person on the phone, and punch him right in his mouth.
But why you ain't do that in the court? Why you didn't take that rage out on the real person?
Exactly. Cherry picking.
I love that you brought that because
cherry picking.
The fact that you even brought that up, it's like I tell these dudes, man, these dudes, they want to be gangsters. They want to say they in gangs. They want to be tough. And I I raised this question since he brought it up. Then the door's been open for me to talk about it. You guys, y'all say y'all in gangs. Y'all boys say y'all gangsters and whatnot. But here you are, looking at the real opposition, the real person. You're scared of him.
Facts.
Like he said, you want to go in there, you want to fight one another, but your freedom is on the line. Your freedom is on the line, but yet you tuck your tail in. You sit in there and get institutionalized. You sit in there and conform to a house nigga on a plantation that you grow to love. And when I mean grow to love, look what he just said. You buying commissary, you live in penitentiary rich, you're conforming into ways that you would never do it out here with others. You wouldn't even listen to your parents. Here you is making your bed now. You wouldn't work out here. You wouldn't work 9 to 5. Here you is working for them for pennies on the dollars. Here you is an orderly, not even working as an orderly or trustee, mopping, dusting. But you could have been a sanitation worker out here. But you're bound down in there. You're not a gangster. You're a puppet. And I can say this. You all say you're in gangs. There's 100 of you all being held down by 4 guns. You're not a gang, man. You're not a gang member. You don't have heart. Because if you did, you'll fight for your life. If you did, you would tell the next youth, you would tell the next one that is grown up under you, this is not the life. You would not glorify a place that degrade us, a place that emasculate us, a place that talk to us as with 1/3 of a man. They don't even see us as man in them. They tell you not to even look at their woman. Reckless eyeballer.
Thanks.
So who are you to glorify and mislead the youth and tell them that this is a place to be or this is what it is? There's not even AC in there. And we're talking about on the state level. I didn't even get to the fed level. On state level, there's no air conditioner if you're not at a private institution. We're talking about 100-degree weather.
Yes.
You're sweating in them.
In the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere. So I love the fact that you did bring that up, man. That you guys are confused, man. I would ask y'all to read more. I would ask y'all to read Geronimo Pratt, read up on Nate Turner, read up on Dred Scott, read up on Bobby Seale, read up on Nelson Mandela, read up on Angela Davis, read up on George Jackson, Jonathan Jackson. Be a historian. Know where you came from. Know what our ancestors been through for freedom. For freedom. And when I say fuck the system, and I say it loudly and proudly, when I say fuck the system, when I say fuck them crackers, I'm not talking about a white man. I'm talking about the system. Because guess what? There's white people out there helping us. There's white people that the system hate also. I had to enlighten my brother the other day. I said, the rich white elite, and when I say the elite, I'm talking about the one that hate minorities. They hate poor white people. But they knew they had to accept poor white people. And you know what they made poor white people back in the days? They made them slave catchers. Because at one point, poor white people rode out with us, rode out with the minorities. They went to war with us. But this is where they tricked them. They say, you know what? You don't have to do that with them no more. We're going to make y'all slave catchers and we're going to pay y'all. And that's what made the word that we have today called correction officers, guards. They were slave catchers back then. Read up on your history, man. I'm a historian on this. That's why we have this platform, Concrete, keeping it real. That's why I respect individuals like you, man, that came a long way. You know what I'm saying, from North Miami to Opelika. You know, the testimony that you gave today, I hope it inspires someone.
Facts.
To
stay out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Even to those that's locked up, stop trying to fight on one another and fight your case. Stay on your attorneys. Like a lot of dudes, like they'll stay on the phone with their girl all day. No, stay on the phone with your attorney. Call your attorney. Well,
So right now, you have a brand, man. Slim with, I seen it, man.
yeah,
Shirts,
the clothing line.
Let them know about it, where they can find it at.
They can find it on my on Instagram. You know, go to my page and
Get them your act.
my Instagram is Taji_with it, TAJI_WITIT.
On Concrete Keeping It Real, man, we like to ask this last question. What does keeping it real mean to Slim, man? Whatever comes to mind, what does keeping it real mean to you?
Keeping it real is keeping it real with yourself. Like, and that goes for everybody. Like, if you know,
Talk to them.
if you know you a tell, keep it real and let that person know, hey, don't do nothing around me. I tell something.
Respect. And I respect you.
And that won't make nobody look at you
A different way.
A different way. That'll make people respect you and salute you and thank you. Like, man, you're a real friend. Like, I respect that. Like, keep it real with you.
And that's 100. People think we being sarcastic. No,
that's
that's
facts.
100.
I done had people that I'm friends with till this day. When I was on the streets, they told me, "Hey, bro, don't have that around me. Don't do nothing, cause
And they're your friend today.
Till this day.
And you know why? Because they more realer than Bill.
They more realer than the ones who were traded to be something. And when they told me that on different occasions, every time, I get everybody attention and say, "This is a real man. This is a real nigga. This a real nigga. He let me know he'll tell something, so don't do nothing in front of him, and he let me know."
Because he that's a real man. That's why I like to tell people. Someone that's not scared to go against peer pressure, someone that is confident in himself, you have to salute them, man. You have to be like, you know what, I thank you, man. That's why I gave out, I know you turned seen it the other day, man. I gave this monologue when I praised them, man. I praised the real men out there, the ones that never got in trouble.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because I like to tell people, man, you know how hard it is to stay out of trouble, man? It's hard. And they did it for years, never seen jail. That's what people don't understand. It's harder to stay free, and it's easy to go to jail. We picked the easy route.
Yes.
And we went to jail, and we learned the hard way. Jail is not for us.
No, not at all. And you know, I was talking to one of my partners. He came home. He been out 2 months from doing 15. And I talked to him, and I said, "You know what gangster is? You know what real is?" And he was like, "What's that?" I say, "Staying out of jail. Staying out of jail is real. Staying out of jail is gangster. You know, being free, that's the wave. That's what it is.
That's the motion.
That's motion. Staying free is motion. Not getting caught up, going to jail. Because jail is, once anybody go, you're a loser. No matter how much money you got, you're a loser."
Hey, man, listen. Guess what? In jail, it don't matter if you have $1 million. You still got the same money as the next man because you only can spend the same amount of money as the next man every week. They have a limit. Some places $75, some places $100. It doesn't limit every week. Everybody has the same amount of money. So everybody is on the same level.
Everybody at the bottom because they got to get on the bump, make their bump, go outside for count or whatever. You know, they got it. They getting told what to do.
Man, I respect this. I love this. I hope y'all got a lot out of this, man.
Thanks.
From yesterday to today, man. Slim, man, this need to be a movie, man. This need to be seen on because I'm telling you, some of the things you said about, I'm still lost for words. You know, I'm lost for words, man. Your lawyer telling you I could get you to take 30 years.
Yeah, Ray Sean.
You know what I'm saying? Michael Van Zant sending $5,000 to a witness to tell on you. I mean, the detective to tell on you.
Yes.
Michael Van Zant paying rent for Bill family and them.
Got a lease and put him on the lease.
Man, that like this is things like people in the community don't know that take place with the state attorney office. And I hope y'all continue to follow Concrete Keeping It Real. We're going to bring more guests like Slim. And this platform is here to stay, man. And if something happened to me, man, I did not commit suicide. Because, you know, they're going to hate this show here.
No, but you blessed. They can't stop.
I love that, man.